Sensei is a Japanese word that means teacher, and I teach Isshin-Ryu Karate for the Recreation Department of Bethel Park at Bethel Park Community Center. I've been in Isshin-Ryu Karate for over half a century, and it's been my observation the violence is always emphasized, but the better virtues of karate is seldom seen. In this series, my purpose is to acquaint you, the viewer, with the benefits of martial arts training in general and Isshin-Ryu Karate specifically. So whether you're a martial artist already, or whether you're a person who's thought of taking martial arts, or if you're someone with no interest whatsoever in martial arts, I think you'll find this program to be of benefit to you. My name is Chuck Wallace, but my students call me Sensei. Hello, and welcome to episode number 10 of My Students Call Me Sensei. Episode number 8 covered the topic of the dynamics of Isshin-Ryu Karate. I didn't explain and demonstrate all of them, but I did cover quite a few. Now, the dynamics of Isshin-Ryu Karate are those concepts and principles that exist in the style that make it work as a martial art. Today, we're going to cover one more of the dynamics of Isshin-Ryu Karate, the dynamic of cover. So I'm going to call today's program my cover story. I'm going to begin by telling you that the element of cover in Isshin-Ryu Karate is found in all three subdivisions of the Isshin-Ryu system. First and foremost, it's found in the art of karate, the art of Isshin-Ryu Karate, both in the basics and in the katas. Second, cover is featured in the sport of Isshin-Ryu Karate. And third, cover, of course, is always present if one has the occasion to be forced to defend himself or herself in a real attack situation. Cover would apply in each of these three subdivisions. To begin to demonstrate how cover applies to the basics, I'm going to perform a few techniques from Chart 1. Now, if you happen to have seen the first and second episodes of this program, in episode number 1, I covered Chart 1. Chart 1 forms the basics of the upper body techniques of Isshin-Ryu Karate: punches, blocks, and chops. Chart 2 covers the lower body basics, namely the kicks and the knee strikes. So what I'm going to do to begin is perform a few of the techniques from Chart 1 at a moderate speed, and then I'll perform them again at a slow speed, explaining to you the different areas where cover exists. Let's keep in mind what cover consists of. Cover consists of using the arms and legs to block certain target areas of the karate person's anatomy: solar plexus, groin, ribs, and so forth. Not only are you protecting those areas by blocking access to them, but you're also positioning your hands and feet so that you can block incoming strikes, parry incoming strikes, or counterattack with an incoming strike. So let's begin with a few techniques from Chart 1. Chart 1. Now, in chart 1, starting with number 1, right foot forward, right punch, we're stepping forward into Seisson position, punching toward the solar plexus of the opponent. Because of the way the Isshin-Ryu practitioner punches, I am covering my own solar plexus and defending against a possible attack to my solar plexus by having my fist positioned throughout the journey of my fist to that imaginary opponent's solar plexus. And that provides the cover for number 1. Number 2, stepping forward, delivering an uppercut. I'm staying close to the body as the fist comes up directly underneath the chin of the imaginary opponent. So I'm covering all the way, covering this solar plexus. And then, when the uppercut is all the way up, the elbow is right in position. So I'm being offensive and defensive at the same time. Number 3 and 4 are the same, except you step forward with a different foot. In number 5, I'm stepping back because a kick is incoming. I'm blocking and redirecting the kick, knocking the opponent off balance, and then punching him in the solar plexus. I step back and catch in both cases, and this position, which is called the catch position, provides a cover for my solar plexus in that my arm is right in front of it. So if that kick happens to come higher or faster than I expected, it's going to kick into my arm and not into my solar plexus. And that's how the cover manifests itself in that technique. In the side block, the same thing. Covering by going to the catch position, redirecting the punch. The punch can be coming in with the right hand, and I'll block it out that way, or it could be coming with the left hand, and I still block it out that way. And punch in return. Covering, blocking, and punching. On number 7, I step back in an open hand catch position, block with the side of the hand, covering here as I do, thrusting to the solar plexus, back, block, same way, and thrust. On number 8, I'm blocking an uppercut. So I step back, block, I bring that uppercut above my head, and as I do, I'm covering my whole midsection with my arm. Then I uppercut the opponent as I retract the opposite hand, this way and this way. Number 9, I'm defending against a downward strike toward the top of my head. Stepping back to here, blocking. Once again, this arm covers my whole midsection, my throat, from the catch position all the way to here. The strike that's coming down is redirected like water falls off a slanted roof. Then I punch. Back and catch, same thing. Walk here, then I punch. And back up. Number 10, I step back, a punch is coming toward the face. I raise the elbow to block, come around with a bridge of the nose strike, punch the opponent. From here, once again, I'm covering my midsection, striking to the bridge of the nose and punching. 1, 2. Last, I'm stepping forward with a short chop right up under the rib cage. By placing my hands here, I'm protecting this midsection. This hand comes up to here while this hand is still here and comes around and chops to the neck, and my elbow is in the way of any technique that would come to my sternum or my solar plexus. And that shows some of the ways that cover manifests itself in Chart 1, the upper body techniques. We'll now go into Chart 2 to show the positions of cover that exist there. There are two ways that cover manifests itself in Chart 2. Number 1 is with the hands. In many of the kicks, we have our hands in a guard position like this. Elbows protect the ribs, so we keep the elbows in close. The forward hand is protecting against a punch to the face or to the head. The hand that's back covers the solar plexus and also part of the rib cage. So we keep these hands in this position. I'm going to deliver the front kick from both sides. The first step is to bring the knee up. The knee has to come up high because the knee, in coming up high, protects the groin area. We're blocking any kick that might be incoming to the groin before we have a chance to get our kick off against our opponent. So the knee coming up to block access is the first step in the defensive aspect of the front kick. So the front kick would look like this. First with the knee high. Change hands. Down and back. Change hands. Down and back. Now the purpose of moving the hands is as in a distraction. We're distracting the opponent as we kick. So the hands change as I step forward. Another kick is called the forward on an angle kick, where we're kicking to the inner knee of our opponent. We come to this position, pointing the knee at the target, kick, come back, step forward, change hands. Come to here, kick, back, down, and back. There's a bit of a blockage there of the entrance to the groin area. So from here, kick, come back. Here, kick, down and back. Up, kick with the side of the foot. Here, kick, down and back. The next kick has us in this guard position, perhaps facing someone to the front, when someone comes from the side. So we change our hands over to here, shift our weight so that we're on this left leg, okay? The next move is to bring this knee up high. We're blocking. From here, we block any kick coming in, then kick back, step forward. Come to here, lift the knee, kick back, down and back. Shift the weight. This hand's covering solar plexus. The opponent steps in, lift and kick, step forward. Shift the weight, lift and kick, down and back. The next kick is known as the push kick. Now in the push kick, someone is reaching forward to grab our lapels or grab our shirt. We don't know what his purpose is. It might be to throw us. It certainly isn't good intentions. So from the saison position, we cross our wrists so that we don't miss him, grab a hold of his wrists, bring the knee up high. That's the first step. From here, cross the wrists, keep the elbows in close, lift the knee, kick, back and step forward. Cross here, lift the knee, kick, down and back. Again, semicircle here, grab the wrists, lift the knee, kick, step forward. Semicircle, lift the knee, kick, down and back. Next technique is a strike with the knee, known as the knee smash. The target could be the groin or the lower abdomen. We put our hand out to assimilate that target. The opponent is standing directly in front of us. We drive the knee into the target, like so. Drive, down and back. Now we're coming inward because that's where the opponent is. But in the process of that, we're blocking our groin and providing cover as we strike, much like the uppercut was in chart 1. We're being offensive and defensive at the same time. And last, we're in this position. Someone steps in with a punch toward the head. We step to the side like this, keeping our back straight, our head up, pushing the pelvis forward, turning the shoulder in toward the opponent. Here, we provide cover by turning the front to the side so that the opponent would have to come around once he misses that punch. Then we lift this kick here, kick, and back down. Stepping to the side, 60% of the weight on this leg, pointing the shoulder at the target, lift and kick, then back down to here. And that would be chart 2. A few representative cover points. There are 8 empty hand katas in Isshin-Ryu Karate. Those of you who have seen my program before may well have seen the one I'm about to perform. It's called Seiuchin Kata. It came to the Isshin-Ryu system by way of the Goju-Ryu style of karate. And Master Tatsuo Shimabuku picked it to be among his Isshin-Ryu katas. The reason I chose this kata is that it has several incidents of cover. I'm going to perform it now slow, and I would ask you to watch and see as I do perform the kata if you can see where the incidents of cover are. After I perform it once, I'll perform it again, and the second time I'll explain as I do the kata where these incidents of cover exist. Seiuchin Kata. Now I'm going to perform Seiyuchin Kata again with an explanation, or bunkai as it's called, of what I'm doing, and also pointing out the positions of cover as I go along through the kata. Bow, of course. Look. Stepping off to the side, covering the groin. Someone grabs my lapel. I come up, break the hold, look to the right. I'm blocking someone from that direction. Block a punch, turn, pull them in, and spear hand up under the ribs. Cover the groin as I step forward. Come up, break another grip, look to the side, block a kick, block a punch, turn, grab his sleeve and pull him in, up under the ribs. Cover again as I step in, covering the groin. Straight up, break the hold, look, block the punch, turn, and pull. Step slide, he kicks, strikes the top of his foot. Roll back, step in with a reinforced punch. Now the reinforced punch makes for a stronger punch, but it also places this arm in front of my solar plexus. Then that's a cover. Back to the hip, elbow to the chin. Look to the corner. Here comes an opponent from the corner with a big punch. Step in, block. That's a reinforced side block, but if you notice where my left arm is, it's right in front of my solar plexus and sternum. He comes with a kick. I put my hand, my right hand here, in case that kick reaches my ribs before I block it. Another kick comes. There's the hand again. I block that one. Look to the corner, catch on the hip, block a big punch, and cover my solar plexus. Step in, the hand is covering, block that kick. Step back, another kick comes, block that kick. Now there's a lull in the action, so I'm just changing my position, and I'm watching everybody around the room, and my hands, crossing the way they do, are not blocking anything, they're just covering my vital points. Stepping in, strike. It's a block for a punch to the face. Step slide, uppercut, keeping the hand on my right arm. Look, pivot around, double chop block. Blocking a punch with my left hand, blocking a kick with my right hand. Stepping in, covering my solar plexus, stepping on his foot, uppercut with a ki, bridge of nose, the hand covers, leg block. Back to here, leg block. Pivot around to this corner, step in on his foot, trapping him, uppercut, covering again, bridge of nose, leg block. Back to here, leg block. Step back, bear hug break. I'm elbowing the person behind me. Ki and punch down, cover the neck. I'm moving in, I knock his hand down, roll right over, bridge of nose, as I cover with my left hand my solar plexus. Someone steps up and grabs my lapel, put my elbows together, break that hold while covering my midsection. And those are the covers in Seiyuchin Kata. How many did you get? I counted 24 last time I counted, but sometimes I get more and sometimes I get less. For those of you who practice the Isshin-Ryu system, I hope this has been helpful to you to give you some insight into some of the cover positions that we have in our basics and we have in our katas. I would encourage you to seek others out on your own. Many people start in one style of karate and perhaps make black belt and then change to another style. but I think you would be well advised to dig deeper into the style you started in. And this is one way to do that. Realizing, exploring, and finding the dynamics of Isshin-Ryu Karate. And this one is perhaps one of the most important, the cover. Karate, and especially Isshin-Ryu Karate, is efficient and it's effective. And what I determined in my study, through Master Dissel, through Kichiro Shimabuku, and my practice on my own, is that all that I've come to believe about Isshin-Ryu Karate is confirmed pretty much on a daily basis. It's a great style, it's fun, it's healthy, it's good for the mind and body, and I just can't say enough good about it. Thanks for being with me today. As always, I appreciate your viewing, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.